Hey everybody, happy Friday. Happy Friday. This is your host, Crystal Jordan, and this is Reality Check Recap on a Friday night. Now, earlier I had the opportunity to sit down and talk with Tommy from Ready to Love. You guys know we're going to be tuned in for Ready to Love tonight, the first episode. And what Tommy didn't tell me in his interview, but they sent me afterwards, is that his new co-host is his wife, which I think is so cool because we're going to get a chance to see a real married couple that are really practicing what they preach, doing their thing. So you guys definitely check out Ready to Love. Now we're getting ready to talk to one of the ladies from Owns Belle Collective. Now last week we saw the second part of the reunion show, and it was explosive. So I am very excited to talk to my guest tonight. It is none other than Miss Lateshia Pearson. Welcome, Lateshia.
Hi, thank you for having me. You look beautiful. Thank you.
You
Thank
do too, and I like the red with the I like red with like leopard print. I love
you.
that together. I love that. Yes, ma'am.
We have that in common. I love it. I
Yeah,
love leopard. Yes, honey. So
yeah. So what is first of all, what is going on? How are you? How has your life changed since being on this whirlwind with the reality show, the reunion, blogs, news? How has your life changed?
oh my God, it's totally different. When I say crystal different, it is so different. Like I would go into my local beauty store, the place that I would shop, and people were
Hmm.
like, "Oh my God, from Bell Collective," and I'm like, "Okay, I've been in here several times. Just everything has changed, but there's definitely been a growth process. So believe it or not, like I could see myself growing during the filming process. So I'm just very grateful for the experience in its entirety.
Yeah, well, I definitely believe that. I think sometimes when you see yourself on television, you get a chance to really notice things like from an external perspective. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I see how I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you from the beginning, you were diehard. We got to get Ferris Street. I don't even know where Ferris Street is, but I
Girl, oh
got to get
my
Ferris Street
God.
back.
Crystal, oh my God, absolutely die hard. And okay, see, like you've been following the story, of course. So it was
Mhm.
inspired by my grandfather. I
Okay.
knew absolutely nothing about Ferris Street, and that's what I was telling Miss Dorothy, the lady that I met with, um,
Hmm.
like a liaison between the community
Right.
and the city. So I knew nothing about it. I just knew that there was a vision and how my grandfather, his face just lit up, when he talked about Ferris Street. So it's
Hmm.
real personal for me,
Okay.
it was
Okay.
it was a big deal, and it still is.
I could tell that you were really passionate about it. And I grew up mostly in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which was Black Wall Street. So I would
Oh,
hear of the constant, like, when people have that type of pride in where they're from and what they at one time owned, I could understand that type of pride. So I was like, she must really have a connection to this because you were really trying to, I felt like that was genuine. That wasn't just for the show.
oh, absolutely not. And that's one thing that, girl, let me tell you, if I'm not passionate about it, I'm not moving in it. Like I'm not a trend girl, right?
Right.
I'm a
Right.
girl. So definitely it was inspired by my grandfather and how much he used to say, like, his sister had a beauty salon on Ferris Street, and then she went into like business to work with a friend, and they
Okay.
so he would always say, like, to me, "Oh my God, you remind me so much of my sister." And for your granddaddy to compare you to his sister, who he looked up to, and she too had a passion for the Black culture, and she had a passion to empower and to pave the way. So for him to compare, that me to her, girl, it became personal in that moment.
Yeah.
And so it was bigger than me.
Yeah. So we saw you trying to really, because really that was a storyline that the show was kind of based around, you trying to get the ladies together to work on this project.
Right.
Was it important to you to have other African American women working with you on this project, or were you just kind of open and this gave you an opportunity to kind of meet these ladies and become cool? But was it an initial passion for you to involve other women?
Absolutely. I mean, when you're creating legacy, you definitely want to bring in other women. My goal and my mission is to have other little girls and
Mm,
other little girls, other little Black boys to
yeah.
see. wow, that these women came together, they created legacy, they paved the way, and I too can become that same change. So I
Right.
feel like for me, if you don't need a team, then your vision is not big enough.
That part. Yeah, I agree. I love that. That's very true. Now, that it didn't quite work out exactly as you wanted, bringing all the women together. I got to tell you, like for the reunion show, I was so surprised that it was so divided. Like I don't think we realized how much was going on, or did some. It seemed like some stuff happened after taping was over because it seemed like so much more attention
Mhm.
at the reunion than we even saw throughout the show.
Absolutely. Yeah, you are exactly right. The reunion definitely to me is still a blur. It's something that I'm just like, what? I don't know. If you could see it in my face, and I'm
Yeah,
like bubbly person, and it's like, what happened? What's going on? And I'm sitting here confused, Crystal. I mean, super duper confused, all over the place. Did not have time to process. So
hmm,
definitely a weird experience for me. I was not ready for it. When I woke up that morning, I was like, this is our first reunion. I'm excited.
yes,
Had no beef with nobody. I'm going in to address my brunches. I'm going in to make it clear what I stand for, what my
hmm,
organization stands for. I was going in, just the same love for this side of the couch, love for this side of the couch. But of course, things change about 3 minutes before I get ready to go out on the reunion. Someone apparently, well, I just found out Marie's business partner sent Marie and video or whoever a video, a
okay.
video showing that my castmates were against me or something, had or trying.
Oh wow!
So Marie dropped that video to me like three.
Right before you guys went, because I did. I said to myself, now Marie and Lateshia, you guys are friends, and I love the fact that you have her back. I
Yeah,
feel like Marie was going through a lot personally. It broke my heart watching her
yeah.
issue with her son. I wanted to get behind her and be like, girl, we got your back. Let him go with her husband.
Mhm,
But I mean, a friend is supposed to ride with you no matter what.
mhm,
But your energy was never like that towards the other women. So I wondered like what happened to
mhm.
where it was very clear that you did not trust specifically Latrice, Antoinette, and I don't even know if Kaylon is important to that to the story. I guess it became important on the reunion,
Mhm.
but it makes sense that that happened right
Yeah,
then.
I didn't
So
even the process. I didn't have time to pick up the phone and be like, trees. I didn't have time to do anything because right after that, production like, give me your phone, give me your phone. So
right,
it was a lot, and I was just like literally all over the place mentally. I mean, I'm trying to answer the questions, dancing around the questions because I don't know how to answer the question. It
yeah,
was
y'all were dancing around the
it
question.
was like, what is happening here? I did not have time to process. And girl, normally I'm like, okay, boom, 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 boom. But I was
Right,
trying to process all of this stuff. And like I said, it was less than 5 minutes. So
wow. So what because what we didn't I don't think most people really understood got clarity before the reunion was over. Obviously, there was something that happened with a blogger and Latrice and Kaylon, and it was it about you or was it strictly about Marie?
it was literally all over the place. I was telling Marie before going into the reunion, don't attack Latrice. Don't be. She has nothing to do with it. She knows nothing about this guy. You got to think about it. Latrice and I, we created like a
Yeah,
fun.
right.
And after taping, I'm rocking Goddess Lint, like
Yeah.
like all good. And I was like, she has nothing to do with this. Well, the video it was edited down. It was like 15 seconds. So
Okay.
that was sent, you can hear Kaylon saying, I told Latrice I hate she even contacted you. So in this moment, and that's all in this moment, I'm like, contacted who? Latrice don't know him. And it was just like a lot going on. And I did not have enough time to, Latrice, what's this? What's that? It's just kind of like, wait a second, what's happening right now? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Versus me having an hour to process
Right.
or 30 minutes or even a call to say, girl, what is this? Did you see this? So we're going straight
Right.
to the reunion. It was
Wow.
it was crazy. I was confused. It just threw me all off.
Yeah.
Totally. It just threw me off.
So where are you guys now? Where are the ladies now? Are you guys, have you had a chance to talk to Latrice? Have you had a chance to, I would literally love, because I don't think Marie and Latrice issue is really, it's a bug in my house. And I'm like,
Girl.
I'm in this interview, but I don't want him over here coming close to me. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. That's not professional, but it's a bug.
It's all good. This is
Okay. I don't think that Marie's issues are really, I think it's like she got a lot going on, and they just keep having miscommunication, right?
mhm,
From someone from the outside looking in.
mhm.
What has happened since the reunion? Have you guys had a chance to talk? Have you guys been able to mend that? Because you and Latrice were actually really cool.
Yeah, and actually we are cool. Like right now,
Good,
we're cool. I have no beef with Latrice. She has absolutely no beef with me, honey.
good, good.
But we are totally good, And I tell everybody, go shop Goddess Land. It ain't no beef, It was just that moment. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Love Latrice, everything that she stands for, and I know I can speak for her that she feels the exact same way about me.
good. Well, we have her coming on in just a minute to talk as well. What about Kaylon? Was she a genuine part of, do you know her? Was she a genuine part of that group? Because it just felt very, very random. And
I,
even the racial issues felt random.
I met her during filming.
Okay. 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 Well, another big part of the storyline, it was the ladies and the connection and you guys all being women about your business, which I think so many other women really resonated with. But then there was also the significant others, and everybody has something going on with the significant other. I think that you are so lucky, which you probably already know, because you have a husband and a partner that you've been best friends with from, it sounds like, from the time you guys were teenagers. That's very rare,
Hmm.
because that type of friendship is, I think, what can keep you together through issues.
Yeah, absolutely. What
Yeah.
what has absolutely, because again, you just said it, Crystal. It's the friendship.
Hmm.
Because a lot of times, for me personally, even with me and Glenn, it's like, you know what? Ooh, if you wasn't my friend, you know what I'm saying? Because we forgive friends all the time. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But if you wasn't my friend, I'm telling you. So we've been able to have a line of communication that may seem kind of strange, but it's like, okay, let's talk, because it's just been me and you. It's just been me and him holding it down. The cushion behind our back been God. You know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Hmm.
So just thug it out together. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's the difference. So that is really good because we grew together from
Yeah.
17. He went me to my prom with my prom. He was in
Oh, wow.
so I mean, everything that's happened in my adult leaving out of 17 in my adult life, it's been with him. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay. Yeah. So I think that's special.
And I'm like, it'd be like, you're my friend. We'd be like, yeah, we always put the friendship before, oh, my husband, my wife, which that's great. Marriage is beautiful, but we
Right.
are friends. You know what I'm saying? So
Have you guys had times where have you had times where you took breaks from the marriage? And because I know you guys mentioned that it seemed like there was a lot of stepping out and it sounded like on both sides at a point in time.
mm,
How were you guys able to come back into the marriage and like put that behind you
mm,
on both sides?
absolutely, girl. And what we didn't share, and I'll share it here, but
Mhm.
here we did like take a break. We didn't tell our mamas. We didn't tell our nothing. We didn't tell nobody. We just wanted to see, you know what? Is this something that's like a habit?
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So we really had to just take, you know what I'm saying, month so off, even though we were still connected, we were
Right.
disconnected, just to figure out what's going on. And when things happen, we had to really talk about it. And we did go see a counselor, and the counselor
Mhm.
telling us that every 7 years something will hit your marriage, whether it's infidelity, whether it's the death of a family, whether whatever, and we have to really figure out how are we going to overcome those things. And I think with Glee and I both, we got so comfortable, right, that
Mm,
with communication, we got so comfortable figuring out life that we forgot to keep figuring out each other. That makes
yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah,
So it was more so like, okay, we were just going with it, like that codependence. We became codependent on upon each other.
yeah.
It may sound so weird, but when the infidelity happened with Glenn, it opened a line of communication
Mm,
I didn't even know that I would be willing to discuss. Do you see?
right, right. Yeah.
It's more so like, oh, you felt like that? And he was like, well, I feel like you feel like that. But
Mm,
we have been together 17, 18, 19, 20. Mind you, this was like 7 years ago when that happened. But,
okay.
boom, 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 we've been together so long. And it just became one of
Yeah.
those. And as kids, we were growing, we grew together. But as
Mhm.
adults, we both started to grow individually.
Yeah.
Whoa, how you moving? You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot of different things. That when it comes to that, and also one thing that I always remember from the counselor, she said, right, get a piece of paper and write
Mhm,
everything on one side, regardless of your spouse feelings, regardless of whatever. You write down on one side of that paper all the things that you like, and,
mhm,
and you write down all the things that you don't like, and you exchange.
mhm.
Remember one thing Glenn had on his list, well, appreciation. I'll take the trash out, and she just think, and I'm thinking, I don't apply to a fish for swimming, but your love language is different. If I wash the dishes, you don't have to tell me thank you.
Right,
So
right.
it go back to, although we've been together so long, we were not we were together so long, we didn't really understand each other. I guess it's to say, and I'm like, okay, so now you take the trash out. Thank you, thank you. Like being funny. I'm like, no, thank you. You know what I'm saying? So
No, that's real. That's real. I think love languages are so,
mhm,
so important because you could be given everything and that person is not receiving any of it because they're like, well, that doesn't resonate with me like that. I don't feel love because of that. So that's good. And I think that'll be good for other people. Like I said, you guys are special because very rarely, most of the time when people start to grow apart as adults,
mhm.
they split up. They
Yeah.
don't stick with it long enough. And then when you get to be a successful woman, then it's hard to know, you know, who I can trust,
True.
right?
That's
Because you see other women that are very successful and this guy is, just hanging on. And it's like, at least he's been with you from senior prom. So he's here because of me. He's not here because of that. So
hmm
now, did you guys have to deal with did the infidelity lead to a child?
hmm
Is
Oh,
it
I have Joshua. He's 6 years old. Oh, you're saying outside of?
outside of the marriage? Because that was kind of fuzzy in the reunion as well. We're like, did Letitia's husband have a baby on her too?
Stay tuned, Crystal.
Like Letitia, you
Stay
know what? Y'all are not right with that. We're like, wait a minute, there was a little bit of tea, but we couldn't get a taste for it.
tuned. Yes, honey. He gonna leave. You gonna be on a cliff. You're gonna be hanging from a cliff, okay, honey? Yes, honey. I'm like, okay, I see where you going. But Joshua, he's 6. So, but yeah, stay tuned for that tea, honey.
Okay, so you guys are coming back with Belle Collective again
We're
for
gonna keep our fingers crossed and send prayers up.
you can't tell me to stay tuned if you don't know when you're coming back. I don't even know when I'm going to get to
Even know. We don't even know. We don't even know. There been little hints out, but they haven't been confirmed to me until I hear it.
it's not real. Right.
It's
Right.
honey. If I don't hear it, it's not real, honey.
I got you. I got you. And that's a network thing, but hopefully because it seemed to do really well. Like I said, I think
I
people
hope so.
really connected with the fact that you guys were all go-getters and trying to, do things. What was the most challenging thing to you about this season about like taping and just the change from being a regular, doing your regular thing to actually doing it for television?
So what was the change for
What
me?
was the biggest change for you?
Joshua. Like the schedule, I have a 6-year-old. Glenn is
Yeah.
28 days at a time. So that was huge, making sure my mom is able to get Joshua. Then
Hmm.
for me, I was so like, I move a lot as far as with the business, trying to do different things. So my day is really, really busy. So when you start filming, it's like, okay, your baby get out at what time? Okay, your mama, can you get him this day? And you'll get the schedule. And for me with Joshua, like I said, I have a 6-year-old and it's just me. Thank God for otherwise, I mean, not to downplay it because I know they're like single moms, and I salute them, but I'm the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's gone for
Yeah,
20.
because your husband is away. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
gone for 8 days. I'm here for 4. It only home for 14. So my mom had to step in during filming and help, which she didn't mind, but that was a challenge.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. How did you guys get used to that schedule? Because I could definitely see that it especially with you taking on new responsibilities. It was cute to see him come home and be like, I'm expecting to come home and everything be about me when
Because
I walk in the door.
that's what I'm saying. Everything was about him. Everything. So it was totally different. Like the 14 days he's home, it's like, okay, well, I'm filming this day, I'm filming this day. And then like I'm tired or I'm sleepy or, just whatever. Something may have happened on set, maybe emotionally draining, anything you
Mhm.
like sleep it off. And he's like, hold up. And different stuff like that. So it was different. There was an adjustment because again, Glenn was used to coming home for his 14 days, breakfast, lunch, dinner. You want
Mm,
nails? Let me do your, what I'm giving you a pedicure. It's all about
yeah,
my friends know, like, okay, 14 days. Like they really prep. Like the night before it's time for Glenn to come home, they like, let's do a FaceTime call.
everything out right now, right?
Yeah. So it was that.
Yeah,
So switched, and that's
yeah,
what that he had to adjust to, and me too. It was different.
yeah. What was on his contract that
Girl,
he that he gave you? What was the fine print on that contract? Because I thought, I mean, that's a rational guy thing to do. Like, wait a minute,
oh,
we
girl,
talk about
oh,
this.
after that, she called him. She was like, "What were you even thinking?" I mean, moment to just get under my skin. That's what it was. Anything to just get under my skin. He was like, you know what? It wouldn't be a bag. It wouldn't be a bag if it wasn't for me. Just Glenn was just going like typical Glenn stuff. But the right girl, I'm glad he ripped that mess up. I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think to even read it. I didn't think about it. I'm like, you know what? You doing too much. This team.
Yeah.
And then what I love about it, the good thing about this show is that it was able to catch us in transition.
Hmm. Hmm.
Reality TV. That's what I love about Carlos King. That's what I love about Belle Collective. All the producers, the field producers, they were able to capture what was happening, like the reality. So
Okay.
me coming from housewife to boss wife, that's
Hmm.
dead in the middle, Crystal, of the transition.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
middle. So it wasn't something like, so we had to deal with that on national
On
television.
TV. Did Glenn have any reservations about being on television, or was he all with it when you presented it to him?
Not at all. And mind you, let's go back. I didn't even want to do reality TV. I was on the call with a pitch. So I was pitching the girls along with someone else to be on reality TV with
Oh,
we at that time.
okay.
And Carlos and I, we were all on the call together. He was like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "Da-da-da." What do Glenn do? Blah, blah, blah. He was like, I was like, that's not my these other girls to highlight the state of Mississippi. So when I took it to Glenn, Glenn was like, "It's up." Like, cause he knows, like I've been doing. At one time, I thought that I could make fruit. At one time, girl, I thought I was ripping jeans. I thought I was a caterer. I thought I was a bail bondsman. You know what I mean? So Glenn was
Right.
like, "Just another thing that she's dragging me along with." So he was, he was totally fine with it.
Well, that's good. That's good. That helps, because if you have all that going on, you guys transition, and then he's not really with the TV, that could be a problem.
Yeah, So he was just like, let's flow with it. So we didn't have any issues. It was more so of like me, my mom. My mom was just kind of like, this is new. And from a mother's standpoint,
Yeah.
not for me to not elevate, but
Yeah.
just a standpoint of safety, Glenn not being home and things.
Hmm.
So she was concerned about that.
Yeah, that makes sense. A mother's looking out for her baby in a different way.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think the biggest transition? Because there are a lot of women that are housewives and stay and take care of their families, and then they get once the kids get a little bit bigger, they decide they want to enter the workforce, or they just find a passion that they love. What has been the biggest transition in that for you, and how are you being able to manage that and still being a great wife and great mom, but yet also chasing your own dreams so that you don't feel like you don't be resentful later for not doing that? So how have you managed to personally balance those two different things?
Well, for me, every morning when I wake up, I look in the mirror and I say, I deserve the absolute best.
I love that.
Yeah, all great things are working out for me. It's my turn.
Hmm.
I have to speak that into myself daily, or as me personally, I will
Hmm.
go back into, what? Wife first, this first, that first, Tisha last.
Yeah. Yes.
Then every morning when I wake up, I speak life into myself, and I have to tell myself that I deserve the absolute best. And it's my turn. It's my turn to walk in my purpose. It's my turn to move in my God given talent. So
Hmm.
that I've started to balance different things. Okay, for an example, with Joshua, because I still need for him to feel like I'm mommy.
Hmm.
Happens is he's out of school. I make sure, like, hey, if I'm up at 4:30, okay, I wake Joshua up at 6. So from 4:30 to 6 o'clock, I'm working.
Hmm.
Joshua won't see that. So okay, I'm mommy. We're getting ready. We're doing affirmations, Joshua. You're a young, strong black man. We're doing affirmations. I'm mommy. You're off to school, back to work. I pick up
Hmm.
Joshua, no work. We're gonna sit here, we're gonna do homework. We're gonna
Yeah.
do whatever we need to do. So that was a balance versus, and what for me, what made me realize that is Joshua made the comment. He said, I want to watch a movie with no phones. Turn your phone off.
Yeah.
You're 6. And if you're able to pick that energy up,
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
care if it shuts down. I can be in the middle of the biggest proposal. Shut it down.
Yeah.
I need him to still feel me. I need him.
Hmm.
He's a sponge, and he's taking up everything that's happening. So for that, I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
now it's mommy. We're gonna ride bicycles. We're gonna do this. You're gonna get in her
Yeah.
tail, have a bubble bath, and then I put you to bed, and mommy's back to work. Right?
Now, when is mommy taking care of daddy?
Oh,
Because
when home for his 14 days, girl, daddy is girl. Daddy would just come turn my phone on, and so when Glenn,
I'm not mad at him. He said, I need my wife. I want my wife. That is a good thing. That is a great thing, because some men are not worried about what the wife is doing because they don't really want to be there. But I think it's good to see real relationships. It's good to see people working through trouble. So I salute you guys, and look forward to seeing you guys work through more things together and continue being that strong couple that can really inspire other people to stick in there and see the benefit from having a relationship that you did not give up on. So I really do commend you for that.
girl, and everything, love.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, as far as him when he's home, it's still that, it's totally different. And what I love now, especially watching the show, watching it together, now it's more so, if I'm on the laptop and I'm in the bed, well, I'm in the bed. Glenn's watching a movie, he's
Yeah.
whatever, working, he's still present. And
Yeah.
then for me, something that I noticed to incorporate him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
About that, what do you think
Yeah.
about? And he's like, okay, babe, just work. I didn't. You want me to just work in the bed? Oh, that's easy. I don't have to be at the table because it's still
Right.
that intimacy. Even if
That's
you
still,
watching for first 48 hours,
yeah.
see here doing what I'm doing.
My presence is here. You can
It's
touch me and I'm there.
yeah, it's still here.
Right.
Sure we do. May not be breakfast, lunch, dinner, but we still have that sit down where that we used to do, and we discuss things at the table. So that's something that he and I both grew up with every day. I don't care
Yeah.
if it was breakfast, lunch, or dinner, we sit there and we have a conversation together. And then it
Yeah.
starts. I got a call. I got this. I got that. I got that. Here's your food. Da 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 da. You know, get us.
Right.
And it was like,
It's like, where are my yams? Where are my yams?
so that's what happened with that. So it was just, girl, it was adjustment. Like we've learned so much together,
Yeah.
and I mean, actually, this experience, it was a blessing. Really, it was a blessing, and that's just this what it is. But yeah,
Well,
working it out. We working it out, girl.
you guys are working out. Well, we hope to see you guys again. We appreciate you for hanging out with us on a Friday night here. Good to meet you. Hopefully, we'll have you come back again next season. Or if you have something else going on.
Here, we're gonna put that out there. Send it to the universe.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you next time. Have a great Easter weekend.
You too, Crystal. Thank you for having me.
All
Bye.
right. Bye bye.